Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the new, or not necessarily new, old, I'm just now getting to doing these reviews, but we're going to be talking about Love Hurts, starring Ke Quan, who just recently had a resurgence in films, a few years ago, did Everything Everywhere All at Once, was also in the Loki show, and has now come back to star in his own leading film with Love Hurts. And he plays the quiet realtor named Marvin, who is just a quiet realtor in this suburban area, and he is reacquainted with a person in his previous life who he was involved with a crime mob syndicate kind of thing with his brother, and his old life catches back up with him, and he's forced to face his brother once again. It's kind of an interesting movie. But before we get into that, remind you guys, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, follow me on everything. Will be links in the description below. Also, this will be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, please check it out. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I think it is streaming now, but if you haven't seen it, please recommend go check it out before you watch this video. And with that being said, let's get into the review. Love Hurts. Like I said, this follows Ke Quan, who, like I said, just won an Oscar a few years ago for Everything Everywhere All at Once, is making his return back to the movies, which is great. Went on a hiatus for 40 years, comes back, wins a freaking Oscar, which is fantastic. So I'm really happy that he is coming back in full swing and is able to star in his own movie. You know, I own Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I haven't even seen it yet, so I don't know how good he is in that. But watching him in this, he very much can play the nice guy, very welcoming. He plays, and that shows in the trailer. He plays that nice, welcoming realtor type, very nice to his, people who are looking to rent and everything, and his staff, and is always positive. But he does have a past. His brother was involved in this crime thing. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it has to do with drugs or guns or something like that. I know definitely there's some, money involved. But he leaves that life behind, and he becomes this. He becomes a realtor, and somebody in his old life calls him back, and these people who he was once involved with have started to come looking for him. You get Marshawn Lynch I don't know if he's been in other films. I'm sure he has, but he's in this movie. He plays one of the bad guys, and you also have a handful of other ones. I will say one thing about this movie is I'm pretty sure Ke Quan, and I think he's shown in behind-the-scenes stuff, where he's talking about doing his own stunts and everything. And for a guy who's probably in his 50s, probably close to his 60s, or mid-50s, I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, for a guy as old as he is, and he's able to move around as much as he is, doing the martial arts and everything, I'm pretty sure he did most of his own stunts. Could have a stunt double for because he gets thrown across the rooms and stuff like that. So he might have a stunt double for that, but I'm pretty sure he does most of his stunts in this movie. And I think Marshawn Lynch does his stunts because football player. I'm sure he's not opposed to getting hit. But he kicks ass in this movie. There's a lot of really good fight scenes, a lot of good choreography. I will say one thing about this movie is that there are some really fun action scenes. There's really fun, there's a scene in The Office, and there's a scene at the end of the movie where he's fighting his brother and everything. And of course you got the Marshawn Lynch scenes and stuff like that. But for most of the movie, it really is a lot of it is just other talking, and it's not really a whole lot going on. So it does get very dull in parts. It's not like it's totally boring or whatsoever, but I will say, when you have a movie that has a lot of action scenes, really good spurts of action, and then it's just slow, quiet talking, I was getting uninterested in certain parts. But then we get those fun scenes. I'm not saying there's movies that can't have talking. I'm just saying, but if you're building on this action and everything, and you want to get invested in these characters, and I think as far as like leading the movie himself, like he's good in some scenes, but I think he needs a scene partner that is just as engaging as he is. You know what I mean? It's nice when you see him in little cameos, but to lead a movie, I think he's got to be like to me, Jackie Chan. He's got to have the Chris Tucker. He's got to have somebody who's just as interesting as him. Like I think he would do better in a duo group or a duo ensemble group than he would as a single character. And he does have this female character that I can't remember her name exactly. It's been a while since I've seen it, but he does have this female character that he does hang out with, that he does interact with throughout the movie. But she's just not as interesting as, I don't know, I guess another actor who could be as interesting. But other than that, I mean, I think he did fine. I think he was, like I said, he just plays that character so well. And, you know, I remember watching when he got his Oscar acceptance speech a few years ago, and it's just so touching that, you know, like I said, he comes out of retirement and he wins a freaking Oscar, which is amazing. So I hope to see him do more and more movies, and I'm pretty sure that they greenlit or are working on a script for Goonies 2. So I'm hoping that they do a Goonies 2, and we can actually see him come back as a parent in that, or all of the cast come back and be parents, and, you know, the Sean Astin. And Sean Astin does make an appearance in this movie. Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to them doing a sequel to this. I just hope that they, you know, give him more to do, or he has another person that he can work off and be just as entertaining as he is. Like I say, great, you know, martial artist, great, you know, has a great physical presence in the movie, and he does kick ass, but he does get his ass kicked a lot. So I like they don't make him like this, you know, turn a switch on, he's like this invincible badass, you know, like Marshawn Lynch, and there's a couple other characters that kick his ass to the ground pretty good. So I think, all in all, I think it's one of those movies that you can rent. You know, you can turn it on and you can, you know, watch, you know, with a friend, like throw it on the background. But it's not one of those ones that I don't think you have to go out in the theaters and see. But if still, like I said, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. But I think it's one of those ones you can rent, but I don't think it's one you actually have to go out to the theaters and check out. But with that being said, if they made a sequel to this, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But what do you guys think? Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.